Anders, nice to see you again. So we could exchange some emails as well.
Nice to see you too.
Lonnie and Candy. See, Lonnie normally, I'm sorry, Lion and Candy. Lion normally fakes us out, puts Candy's name in there just to get us all excited, but we actually get the real Candy today. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
From Las Vegas. Nice to have you here today.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Danielle, have we met before?
We have not. Hi.
Welcome.
I was referred to you guys through Melissa Uloa, who's also my sister. I'm family with Bonnie, and I'm in property management and worked down here in the South Bay area.
Well, you better say something nice to her because she just logged on.
Okay.
And Connie's on as well. Melissa, welcome.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Let's see who else we have here. iPhone, I don't know who that is, but hi, how are you?
Hi, Rachel. I go by Rachel.
Hey, Rachel, how are you? Welcome.
I'm good, thank you.
Have you been here before?
No, this is my first time.
Welcome. Well, and how'd you get here?
I'm a real estate agent in Atlanta.
In the ATL, very nice.
Yeah.
Welcome. Well, I do a lot of probate. LA is the #1 probate court, and the #2 is Atlanta. Atlanta's a big probate market. Okay. Well, good investment. Well, good. Well, Rachel, love to share information with you. My phone number and names in the chat box. Love to catch up with real estate agents around the country. I'm trying to create a national network of realtors so we can refer back and forth to each other. So let's stay in touch.
Okay.
Angela, welcome to the call. Have we met before?
I don't think so, no.
Well, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm from San Diego.
Oh, very nice. That's why you're so soft and happy. You're from San Diego. It's so nice there. Well, welcome. And so we said hi, Melissa. Danny Sai, welcome back. We've had you before. I think you're nice to see you again.
Hi, Bill.
And what's up with you? What's new?
Well, hustling.
On the hustle. Okay, good. Well, it's always good to be on the hustle.
Definitely.
And I know him from our pick. He and I are in a networking group together. Paul Krause, just finished up your own call on remodeling. Welcome.
Yeah. Hey, Bill. How are you?
Excellent. Excellent.
Good,
So, okay, so here we go. And I'm Bill Gross. I host this Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, call on real estate investment, focusing Southern California, both properties and investors from who want to invest somewhere else. And I'm really lucky today. We're all really lucky today. I have a special guest, a guy who's become a friend over the last year. We've done some business together. I can tell you, one day I accidentally sent him an email and he bought the property and we had to close escrow together. No, I'm kidding. It seemed that easy. But the truth is I did one day email him a property and we put an escrow and closed so fast, my head spun. Pouya Nazarian is in charge of acquisitions for Stockpile Properties is one name, right?
Stockpile Property Ventures, LLC, correct.
There you go. So, and he's been on this call numerous times. And in particular, he's offered to help share kind of some tips on comping property. And then more importantly, I think, is how he comps properties. He's an investor and a wholesaler and high volume. Approximately how many houses did you buy last year, in the last 12 months?
Myself, I'm hovering about 2 to 3, maybe 4 a month. So, I mean, 24 on the low side, 36 to 40 on the high side.
He does so much business. I get an email from him with a new property, and I go back to my email and say, didn't he send me that one? Oh, no, that's a different property in the same neighborhood, because he's really got some great momentum. So congratulations on the great year you put together here in particular.
Thank you.
So talk to us about comping property. How do you look at properties? How do you evaluate a deal, whether it's good or not? You have on this phone, we have first-time investors and wholesalers. We have some established ones. We have some pros. How do you look at property?
Yeah, for sure. That sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Well, let me just kind of back up a little bit based on what you said. I mean, it's actually, I do acquisitions. So I work for a firm that we do a lot of fix and flips, wholesale. We work with a lot of different investors, but what that means is basically I do all the valuations. I mean, if I were to summarize in one word, like what we do or what our job is to evaluate properties, period. The next step is negotiating the property as well and putting it on the contract. I don't use my funds, but I mean, when we have a property that we package up saying, hey, the property is worth $1 million. I'm just going to use that because it's an easy example. And then you have about $100,000 worth of work. And, you know, if you purchase it at this amount, you make 10% return or 20%, just depending on the property, and so forth. But I spoke with Bill. I mean, I've been to this meetup a bunch of times, and it's been a lot of good information, a lot of good stuff that he's shared. And then it just came to me because one of the meetups, somebody spoke about valuation, and I said, look, it's actually a good idea, Bill, if you want me to present something just on how to comp a property. Sounds pretty simple and easy, but there's a lot to it. And I mean, the more I learn this, the more I realize how much depth there is to it. And it's never ending either. But I wanted to I'm just going to go through pretty much how I evaluate a property. I mean, I use the MLS system in Southern California. I don't know, Bill, are you on the CRMLS or DMLS?
I'm on themls.com.
Okay. A lot of people use CRMLS too, which is also a great one. But I've been with the MLS for a long time, and I'm just really used to the system. The data is going to be pretty much the same wherever you are. And the way I kind of talk about valuation is pretty much playing poker. Because a lot of people like look at a property and they just think it's all data. But the data is there. There's also like an emotional sense to it as well that you got to know per specific area. Can I share the screen? Or actually, share screen.
Mm-hmm.
Share screen. I believe it's going to be. I have like 10 screens in front of me right now that I can share. I think it's this one. Or should I just share? You know what? I'm just going to share my screen. Can you guys see mine?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Let me go straight to the MLS. I've got a couple properties up here, and I'll just go through them. Give you a story on each one, and I'll just go through on how to comp it as well. I mean, this one is pretty much an active pending property. I had an offer on this one. Bill, this is right next to Gear Street where we did that deal. Mm-hmm. As well. The one you gave me was off market. This one is listed. This is prime West Adams. I don't know if anybody know where this area is?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Paul Cruz.
Yes,
I mean, this
used to live there.
Oh, okay, there you go. Who said that? Paul or who was it?
Anders.
And
Okay,
Gina.
cool. Okay, great.
You just west of Jefferson, and you're just west of Crenshaw, a couple blocks.
Yeah, this is just west of Crenshaw. I mean, this area is on fire. It's setting records left and right. I mean, that's Western, that's the 10 freeway. Let me blow this up a little bit so you guys get an idea of where we're looking at. I mean, I would say LA is on fire pretty much. Specifically, these neighborhoods for investors. That's Jefferson, that's Adams. The 110 is right on the right side. I'll show you guys a little bit of the street view as well. Very nice block. I mean, I've walked this property, pretty straight, clean streets, pretty wide block as well. As far as curb appeals, it's something that we look at. I mean, this is, does anybody know what style this is?
Spanish?
Yeah, this is a Spanish. I mean, Spanish properties are going to get a little bit more value when it comes to an end buyer trying to paying for a property. I'll go through the pics for you guys.
Lots of square footage too for the price.
It's 1,400, pretty standard for the area. These are a lot of this neighborhood. I mean, pretty much all of LA, and the more I look into it, like pretty much the whole country, the foundation of the country was pretty much built in the 20s. I mean, I've looked at properties in LA, Arizona, Nevada, Midwest. It's pretty much all in the 20s, and most of the stock is built in the 20s. This one is also somewhere in the, I haven't even looked, but 25. 5,000 square foot lot as well. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I believe there's a den in there that was easily able to convert into a 3rd bedroom as well. So in order to sell this house, I just know for this area, you got to make it into a 3-bedroom. In the 20s, they were building a lot of these 2-1s as well. And that style house has gone obsolete pretty much. And right now, most of the people that are buying a house are going to need a 3-bedroom, 2-bath or more, or 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So there's so many things up here, I can't see my tab. Bill, you have 5 people entering the waiting room.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm so mesmerized by your chat here.
Are you?
I am.
All right, good.
Sorry.
This is the beginning. There's a lot to it.
I'll stay to the end, I promise.
So Somerset is right here, 3032 Somerset. I mean, I offered on this property too. I could tell you there was maybe about like 15 plus offers on this house. And as far as the condition of it, it is run down as though like just yesterday they emptied the house and it was a hoarder's house. Where, I mean, actually he told me it's a hoarder's house and they could not do any work to the house. I mean, that's what I thought it was. And then the agent confirmed that it was a hoarder's house. They probably moved out 2 truckloads out of this property. I mean, everything in this house needs work. So let's keep that in mind. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,400 is pretty much kind of what we need to keep in mind. 1,400 square feet, standard 5,000 plus square foot lot. So I look at that one, 3032 Somerset, which is right here. I just have this one up, but I'll kind of go through how I came up with it and how I came up with the value. So I went back about a year on this property. It's all single family homes. As far as any restrictions, it's on the living square footage. I don't have much right now because I don't think it's needed, but I mean, I'm sure this is somewhat familiar to everybody that's seen a map with a lot of sold properties on it. I mean, right here across the street, you have a 2,000 square foot house sold for $1,375,000. So I know this property too, actually. This was a 1,500 square foot with a 400 square foot garage. So here, I'll show you guys. This is my like prime area that I do a lot of work in. So I know some of the comps to a degree, but if I didn't, I would just look at the pictures and kind of see what kind of, how did this house sell for $1,375,000? It was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. I mean, that remodel is not a cheap remodel. That's a great remodel with like the backsplash and the drop-down counter. That's top of the line cabinets. You got that fan over there, that curve over here. That curve wasn't there, or they made that curve for a Spanish style house. So, I mean, that ceiling, that's expensive ceiling to do as well. And I know that wasn't there originally either. So they built that. Let's go a little further. I mean, that bathtub alone is probably $5,000 just to buy that tub right there. So it's not by accident that it went for $1,350,000. And by the way, this area, if you're familiar with it, this is like record prices in history. So they've never seen properties over $1 million. 5 years ago, property over $1 million south of the freeway was unheard of. And here's the second. Here's this house. Here's a garage that they converted as well into another. You see the second kitchen they have over there? So that's how I know. And that's probably the bathroom right there. That's how I know it's the second unit in the back. And this is, if it was the garage converted, it was 400 square feet. I bet you if we go back, this house was pretty much a 1,600 square foot property, beat up. And they put about 200 plus, $200,000 to $300,000 to turn it into this condition. I think that's a great comp. It's a great value to use. Let's keep that in mind for a minute. And then you got right here, 1,600 square feet. That's another one. You know what? Let me make this a little easier. I'll put all the properties sold price over $1 million. Just for a second, let's put that and see how many properties show up now. All right. This is much easier to see. I mean, this comp is pretty much what everybody's going off of as well. I mean, your neighborhood is pretty much the same. Your block is the same. You can't get better than this. On the same block across the street. That one is very good too. Wellington, one block over. This is same price. I mean, 1.4. I'm pretty sure this is a little bit bigger too, because I doubt 1,600 square feet will go for 1.4. So, I mean, this one's got a lot of good curb appeal too. You got those tall ceilings. You got some of the curves in there as well. So this is in great condition. I mean, this is not a cheap rehab house either. It might not be a flip right around the corner. It wasn't a flip, but this was remodeled sometime in the past 5 years. So 1.4 is our exit value.
That's amazing.
And I mean, if that's not enough, we can go on the other side, west of Crenshaw. I know it's like inferior location too. You got 1.4 million at 2,000 square feet. You want to go west of Buckingham, 1.4 million. And keep in mind, these are all about 2,000 square feet, except this one. But this one's got to be a little bit bigger. I think they didn't include the space in the back. So let's just say at 2,000 square feet, what we need to do on ours. Where did it go? Oh, we're pending. So here, that's ours. We're 1,400 square feet. Let's say you got to turn the garage. So 1,400 plus another 400, you're about 1,800. Let's just say this is where the poker comes in. I mean, all the 2,000 square feet homes are going for about 1.4. If you're 200 square feet smaller, I mean, let's just adjust about 100,000 from it. The market in this area, though, is just insane. I mean, if you had 15 offers, it's a great area. It's blown up. I mean, when they want to resell this property too, they're going to get a bunch of people. So I feel comfortable adding another 50 grand on this property. So I'm going to go with 1,350,000. The way we run it, I mean, there's a lot of different ways of running this valuation. I've seen people put million spreadsheets together and different spreadsheets calculating NOI. I mean, calculating loans and this and that. I just keep it simple. I think there's something in brokerage that has to do with probability. And I mean, the way to do it is not put one offer a day or a week and just hope for something to come back. Just times that you gotta go much higher. And the way to do it is pretty much simplifying things and getting offers out. So the way I do it is at 1,350,000 is the exit. Let's just say at 82 cents, 80 cents. 82 is the number that we're very comfortable with. Minus, this thing is going to need about 250 in work. So I'm at 857. Let's just say you put a cushion of 20K. I always do that as well. 837 is the price. Let's just round it up. 840 is our number. I mean, that thing is listed for 777. So when he tells me I've got 15 offers, I'm pretty sure this thing is got 15 or more offers actually, because if he's listed at 775 and we can go up 65 grand above that number, then I don't doubt it. I mean, I made an offer on this thing 805-ish, and he just like never returned my call because he's like, yeah, I've got somebody non-contingent over everybody that wants the property. So you might do all this work and then just not hear anything back from the seller either. And that's just, well, that's a good ratio actually. It's always, standard ratio is pretty much 10-1. So you got to put 10 offers to get to 1. However you want to get to that 10 number, do it so you can get to that 1. But if you're at 5 or 6, it's not going to happen. It'll happen, but your chances are lower. Any questions on this one?
Yeah, you need to stop right there because that's a key point you ran through. Not really Maine, but I tell people this all the time. I get newer real estate agents or I get newer investors who will say, oh my God, I can't get anything. I've made offers on 5 different properties, 6 different properties. So repeat again what you just said, expand on that a little bit. Tell me about the 10-1 number. What does that mean to you?
It's the 10-1 is the general number. You can change it however you want, 8-1, 12-1, 50-1, whatever it is. But 10-1 is a general figure. to go with, and put 10 offers out so you get one. You're going to get beat out on 9 of them. And you're going to get that one. I mean, it's probability. It's just a probability game. The more offers you put, the more offers you're going to get. And I mean, as far as time, there's something about when you're negotiating multiple offers, you just have a better vibe or something that it does. I don't know, Bill, you can explain maybe better, but there's just something when you're negotiating multiple properties that you can pick up more properties. So, for example, if you're off negotiating 2 or 3 of these at the same time, you have a higher chance of getting that one versus negotiating in one by one.
Yeah, and I think so. The key thing is the numbers. It takes more work than you would think, and it's not impossible. Really, doing 5 offers is a fair amount of work, and 10 is twice as much. But that's what it takes to be successful. When you go into this, Redfin has a great tool. If you just go to Redfin and the zip code, they have this thing called housing market by zip code. And if you look, these properties are 90016, Pouya.
Yeah.
So if you look at 90016, it says the average sales price currently is going over the asking price. So often buyers say, well, why do I have to go over asking price? Because in this market, about half or a little more than half the deals are going for more than the asking price. And if you scroll down a little bit on the market report on Redfin, which is a great tool, they'll tell you how many average offers it takes to get a contract. And in 90016, the average is 10 competing offers.
Where is that, Bill?
So if you go to redfin.com, I'll put the link here in the chat box.
It took West Adams rather than the zip code, which is basically the same. This is 90016, but it has median price 950, median to list price 99% they're selling for. Number of sold homes 10, but I don't see. Oh, here, average number of offers.
Yeah. And so they're saying, of course, this is Redfin, which is it's a good source of information. They're a competitor. They're also a source of data. What's fascinating, 10 competing offers is average in that area, not high. And so when agents call and complain, oh my God, I made 6 offers, 7 offers. That's not even average. Average is 10.
Yeah.
Average is 10. And so you got to get your head around that number. And that's true for wholesalers. And that's true for buyer's agents. So that's true for listing agents. If you're not getting 10 offers, you're probably priced too high. Right?
Yep.
The market we're in now, the property's priced right in 90016, you're going to get 10 offers. So those are important statistics to show. And I always like showing them to customers. I'm not telling them that. I'm not telling them it's 10 offers. That's what the market data is telling them.
Yeah, that's a great point right there. Just to, hey, if you look on Redfin for this house, it's going to show you that number, how competitive it is. 68 out of 100, but I mean, each home is getting about 6 offers on average, and they're selling at 99.9% of the sales price. So,
this would say is actually selling for 100.6% on average, which means the average is selling for over. But I mean, argue. I'm just saying that's it's even more aggressive than we think.
Does anybody have any? Oh, and another thing that we could look at this here as well is I click on actives here on the contracts. Let's put the pendings away for a second. See, this is also a good picture as well to look at. Meaning, let me actually, you know what? I'll ask the question. I'll ask the team. Like, what does this picture tell you guys? I've got active on the contracts, pendings, solds for the past 12 months in this map right here. What does this picture tell you?
It's a highly desirable area that's going to be, increasing in value in a very short amount of time.
Who was speaking on that one?
Melissa.
Oh, okay, good. All right, yeah, you do management. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, this picture right here tells me a lot as well, because I mean, there's literally no actives here. Look, you've got about 25 properties. 5 of them are on the contract blue, 10 are pending, 14 are sold. There's 4 actives. I mean, in this pocket of ours, though, there's literally 1 active right here for 1-1. at 1,500 square feet. Let me see. This is not a real flip, so I wouldn't compare this to a. This is probably going to be an owner user buying it from an owner user. They're priced it pretty right. I mean, the condition is pretty good. The house is a little bit on the smaller side. It's got good curb appeal too, but this is not a property that I can get a value from. I can
Except
adjust
for
a little
the
bit.
5 different colors of paint throughout their whole property.
Yeah, I mean the paint they can just repaint it, but yes, I mean that exterior color I'm not quite keen on either. It's burgundy. This thing in beige would look really good with the Spanish styles on top too. But I mean, this is not a comparable property. There's zero competition when you want to sell this house. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more here. This is a different neighborhood though, south of Jefferson. But let's look at the pictures. I mean, 899, 36 pics. Decent condition, not it's livable condition. I'm not gonna say it's in good condition. It's in livable condition, and I bet you it's recently been on the market, not for too long, about to. Oh no, I was wrong on that. I'm not sure why this is sitting. They just reduced the price as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's not a reasonable number. 125 days on the market. It might not be being worked by the agent or something. But yeah, I mean, as far as actives, that shows me a lot right here, having the active checked, because there's literally no competition here. If there was like, you know, a bunch of green here and so forth, I wouldn't try to push that 1.4 number. I mean, I was at 1.375-ish, but that's because I know the area a little bit, and I probably just would have looked at it. If not, if there was a lot of actives, I would just come down to 1.3, for example. And I think that's a very reasonable number for 1,800 square feet to sold. Because actually, if you think about it, you got this one at 1,375,000 that sold about a year, somewhere about a year ago. You got this one at 1.4, 1,600 square feet. We're going to be at 18, so we're not like unreasonable. And then this one right here, 2,100 square feet, 1,375,000, like 300 square feet smaller. Somebody will end up paying 75 grand less. But again, this one, I'll look at the sold dates, and this one status, this one sold about 10 months ago. Right now, we're in a better market than 10 months ago. I will go over to another one. You guys have any questions on that?
Yeah, this is Anders. I have one question. So when you make an offer, do you look at the property first, or you just make an offer from what you see on MLS?
Yeah, you gotta look at every house, man. I would look at every house. I mean, if you have plenty of pictures and it's hard to get into, it's fine. But when you're looking at the house, I gotta be honest. The other reason you want to look at a house is not just because to see the valuation to see what it looks like. I mean, you can pretty much tell what it looks like on the pictures. But there's a couple other reasons I look at every house. One is to see if the house flows well. And I mean, you can't tell very well with the pictures whether the house flows well here or not. Whether like this bedroom is behind another bedroom or not. How do you know if this is not behind this? It's an addendum bedroom, and then this bedroom becomes this one becomes a den. So you got to see it for the flow. And then the second thing that nobody really talks about when they look at a property, I don't know if it's like really, it's a subconscious thing. You get a lot of leverage when you look at a house. You see how many people are out there. You see what kind of seller you're dealing with, why they're slow. I mean, like if it's you see, oh, hey, the seller is right there. She's a 78-year-old gentleman just, you know, sitting there chilling. He doesn't use computers. So this transaction is going to move slow. Or if it's like a younger, you know, 50-year-old, 40-year-old gentleman just on his computer, you know the transaction is going to move by DocuSign pretty fast as well. If you see like they might have a few other people out there, oh, okay, then we've got a little bit of competition as well. There's other people bidding on this property too. What do I need to do to make it stand out? Let's see.
I had a question for you as well.
Yeah.
Do you primarily just focus in this one zip
No.
code? Is yeah, because I was just kind of curious how many markets you follow.
I grew up like right here, Pico Robertson, and I mean these are like LA is my territory. But I got this one. I mean, we just closed one in Lakewood right here. I do want to kind of just go over it for a minute as well. Where's our Lakewood one? 29 Palms, Somerset. I don't think I have it, but I'll start from scratch on.
And I had a question real quick
Yes.
before you jump into that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is Lion. As a wholesaler, I wanted to find out another kind of point of view on that. As the market is right now for a seller's market and the prices being higher and so forth, is it advantageous as a wholesaler to make the offer at almost the asking price instead of like, 2 years ago where it would be a lower asking price? Is it really better for us to make the offer at almost the asking price?
Around the comms, I can't answer that. I mean, here, I'll give you an example. I just closed, Bill, and another property. I don't want to duplicate. I'll show you what the numbers were like. Okay, I mean, on Somerset, you saw the example. He told me there's 15 offers. I completely believe him. And if he gave me a chance. Right now, the other thing I'm seeing is agents just like, wanting to double in, not returning calls, and getting somebody that's just breathing down their neck to get the property in escrow. So we just closed on this one as well, actually. We sold this one. Let me show you the numbers. I mean, this thing was originally listed. Look at that price. This is in the same area, by the way. This is right there in the same neighborhood. I'll show you where this is at.
Is it okay if I ask a quick question before you move forward? Just on the property that you were originally started out with. So the second property was.
Sorry, let me just finish this. So that's Somerset, that's Wellington. We're right one block over, right? And look at where they listed this property. I don't think it's a smart move to price like this, but it was listed at 1.2 and it closed at 860. So it's really case by case to answer your question. There's no like simple answer, and it really comes down to knowing your market, or also being able to run them. If you don't know your market off the bat, then know your numbers. Look at the comps. What were you asking?
Yes, I was asking. So the subject property that you were looking at was 1,000 and something square feet.
Right.
And the other properties that you were looking at your after repair value. So the ones that you were looking at were 1.3, 1.4 million. So, and those were above your current house. So when you said that the repair and extend or bringing it up to 2,000 square feet, or are you saying that if you make that 1,000 square foot house look like the repairs did in the $1 million house, that you can command the same price?
So this is the key right here. It's the garage. Right now, the city is allowing all these garages to be turned into ADUs. Right. A lot of investors are doing that, or either that. But no, I said from the beginning, it needs to either be expanded. It needs to be turned into a 3-bedroom, almost 2,000 square feet. Or the other thing they can do is just add square footage
to that ADU.
Okay. Both options. Yeah, you could turn your garage into an ADU, or you could
extend the main house.
Yeah, that was a very good question, actually. Hang on one second. Satellite. Extend the main house right there. You can add like 400 square feet right there. Both are great options. Sense. Yeah, whatever the investor wants to do.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Danny here. How much, like, when you put in an offer on the house, like what you just showed, with the garage it looks like pretty much tear down condition. How much do you calculate, like, per square feet to get that up to marketable condition?
That's a good question too. So
LA.
Here, I'll word it here. There's light,
thank you,
medium, heavy. And again, it's a little bit more than just this, but I'll just put it here for you guys as like a general rule of thumb. On a light rehab, right now you're looking at more than before. So $35 a square feet. Medium, you're looking at something about 55 per square feet. Actually, and then the heavy is going to be somewhere about like 80 to 100 per square feet. So let's just call that 90 a square foot. No, 80 to 100. It's just very area specific, but I mean, this one is not a light one. This is not, I mean, I've seen a lot of homes, but somehow this one was just so beat up. Like I'm telling you, I could tell like they hadn't seen these walls for years. Like they couldn't see these cabinets. I think there was garbage all over this house. They couldn't see the bedrooms. The bedrooms, I bet you they were full of crap. Just stuff hoarded on the property. Let me go to, I mean, these bedrooms, there are carpets all over these floors. They just pull the carpets out. It's beat up. So I'm looking more on the heavy side, 80 to, let's just go with 90. Let's just, here, I'll get the calculator out. So it's 1404 square feet, right? Let's just say 1404 at 90. That's 126 grand. And then if you want to add another 500 square feet to it at about 200 a foot for this area, that's 100. So 100 plus 126,000, 225. That's your rehab, 225. And you got to add like 10% on it. So 250. I said that like off the bat because I just know this area. But this is how I came up with the 250. I said somewhere between 200 to 300 grand in rehab. So let me go to this. Any other last minute questions on that?
Yeah, this is Anders again. I have just, do you mainly find your properties on MLS or do you use other tools?
Yeah, we get the MLS. We get off market properties, listed properties everywhere, however way possible. I mean, Bill called me. I met Bill through this meetup, and then he called me on a property that we took down right there on Gear Street, which is also another one pretty much like 3 minutes away from here. Gear is, where's Gear, Bill? Should be right around here too.
You know, the key when you do business like this is you want to call somebody you know who can execute. Pouya can execute. So if you have an off-market property, he's a great source because he'll help figure out if there's value there. And if he sees it, he'll go after it and he'll get the deal. Pouya, if someone were to reach you, how would they get a hold of you?
I'll leave my phone and email in the chat here. And wow, it's 3:40 already, Bill. I wanna, where's the chat? Where's the chat menu here?
I'll type it in for you. Why don't you just read it out loud and I'll put in your info for you.
Oh, here, chat. Let me put, is this that's direct to everybody here. I'll leave my 310430211 Pouya at SPV homebuyers.com. If you guys want to call as well, just to like say, hey, I've got this property, I'm close. I want to see if I should tie it up. Feel free. I mean, there's a lot of agents who feel wary about that and don't want to do it, which I understand, but I've saved newer agents so much time. Bill, remember the guy, Joseph? He had a property. He's like, dude, I don't know what to do with this. Should I put it? Should I not? I'm like, look, I know this property. Like, the seller is very difficult. He needs to come down like 50K. That specific one I knew very well. But he needs to come down 50K and he's not. The problem is the lot is a little narrow and it doesn't allow to do what anybody wants to do, what an investor needs to do on the property. He ran around with it for about 3 months and never sold it. I mean, I'm not an expert on every deal, but I'll give you a general idea whether it's worth like putting it under contract or not, if you feel comfortable sharing. We don't have, I don't have time to go to a seller, to be honest. Last time I did that, I can't remember, but how do I bring this back?
Bring what back?
Oh, you guys see my screen? I'm sorry, I need to bring this back. I want to go through this one as well, actually. This is completely different property, okay? And then you asked me about, somebody
share
asked
screen
me,
again.
am I not sharing again?
Go ahead and share again.
You are screen sharing. That's what
Yeah,
it
you're
says.
sharing. We can see it perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So this is completely different property, different area. 29 Palms. We just closed one in that area. So, I mean, this is listed. I said I wanted to do 2 different neighborhoods. This is far, far away from us. It's not my market, really. I don't know the neighborhood too well, but I mean, I just wanted to go through this because a lot of area, you got to start somewhere. So it's a small house, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 858 square feet, pretty big lot, 7,200 square foot lot, 79 built, recently listed, 15 days on the market. I'll go through it. I mean, let's just go, let's get the address, copy. This is the listing on the MLS. They're offering 3%, listed by Rod Lisa. I'm not sure who that is, never seen the name. I wouldn't know the name, but it is what it is. Let's take this one. Let's go here. I'll do the same thing. Let's clear everything out. 29 Palms. You put a half-a mile radius around this. Sold, single families. Now, I know this property, you just can't turn it into a 3-bedroom. It's a 2-1, 79 built, pretty much has a decent floor plan. I mean, it just needs a solid rehab. And I don't think this is going to be a light rehab. Basically, you got to resurface everything. You got to redo the bathroom. You got to redo the kitchen, do the flooring, walls. Oh, boy. Windows. It's a bank-owned property. It needs a ton of work. So this is going to fall in the, because of the neighborhood, this is going to fall in the lighter rehab, but probably a little bit more than this light rehab. So I'll get into that in a little bit, but let's go back to our comps, right? Everything sold in the past year as a 2-bedroom. Beds, 2, 2. Okay. 150 right here. No. How does that come up as a 3-bedroom? 129. These are pretty much sold. 140. I don't see anything here. Oh, hang on 1 second. 150,000 square feet. Not bad. A little bit bigger. But 160. What's that other one behind it? 150. Okay. For the general investor, would probably say this is a no-go. Okay. I looked at this a little bit beforehand. And I want to show you this. Okay. That's the key right there. 21841 square feet. He's got it listed for 199. Okay. So let's see. Listed today. I mean, as far as bedroom, bathroom square footage, we're very similar. Lot size is 1,000 square feet. 7,200 to 8,200 is not a huge difference either. What does it sell you guys? And let's look at the pictures. And I'll show you the when they bought it as well. But what does this tell you guys?
Redone.
Say again?
Redone.
Yeah, I mean, it's listed at 199 as well, so.
Airbnb.
Remodeled, yeah.
It's
turnkey, very turnkey.
Right. So he paid 123 for this property. He paid 123 and it was in this condition. He knows something in that area that like we don't know. That's my opinion. That's why he just kind of like paid 123 for this. listed it for 199 today. There's not a whole lot of actives in the area. I mean, literally there is none. Let me go out about a mile actually. 1 mile. There's still nothing except ours and this one. So, I mean, to be a little bit more conservative, I think I'm just going to use that one, be a little bit more conservative and say this is worth 190, for example. Which I think they can probably, he's going to get that 200 knowing the market where it's at right now and the price point being low. I mean, if there's a ton of buyers for that property. 190, I mean, we can do this at 82 cents. That's 155. Now, we got to subtract the rehab out of this as well. So this is going to be, let's go with about 35 bucks a foot, 40 bucks a foot, 850 square feet at 35 grand should do that job. So let's go back to this 190 at about 82 cents minus 35. 120 we can offer on that. How much was it listed for? 120. So at 120, this is a deal. Not sure if they're going to sell it or not. It just listed on the market for 7 days, but it makes sense at 120 as long as the 35 grand rehab is there. And now don't forget, we can push up the ARV. We can push up the value a little bit because remember, I was a little bit conservative on this one, on the one that just listed today. But you can also push it to 199. And let's say at 199, 199,000 at 82 cents minus 35,000. You could go up to 128 on this property. So if you guys have any questions on this one or any other ones, I know we're on a timeline on this call, but I got my information in the chat. If you guys have any off-market deals, love to get a look at it. If you have any questions.
I had a question real quick.
Yes.
What was I kept seeing you multiply it by 82 cents. Where was that coming in?
It's just a number we use. It's just basically takes away the closing costs when you want to sell the property. It takes away the rehab, the profit. I'm sorry, the profit as well. And we came up with 82 cents
per square foot.
No. Just it's a discount. It's the discount we need. It's the discount we need. Because remember,
on a dollar, right?
Yeah, because remember, you got six. Do you know what the closing cost when you want to sell that property at 199 is?
No.
6%. So you got a 6% closing cost. So 82 cents plus 6% is about 88 cents. The 12% is the profit. That's the profit margin, basically. And that's the discount we need to purchase the property.
Got you. Okay.
It's a little subjective. It's not like written in stone anywhere. I mean, sometimes you could use 83 cents. Sometimes you can use 80 cents to be safe. 80 cents would also be a very good number. But in this market, you could push it a little bit. So 82 is kind of what a lot of investors are looking at. A lot of investors are looking at this number. So, like I said, I mean, if you guys have something on the verge of the seller signing and you're like, dude, I don't know if, because I mean, them telling you they want to sell by the time they sign it, it's going to take you a week. If you feel comfortable, let me look at it. I can let you know, hey, you should pursue it, you should not. I'm 50-50 and whatnot. I mean, I'm not an expert, and in any way, if you can prove me wrong in anything, I respect that too. But I've seen enough properties that I can get an idea of whether it's a sellable deal or not. And by the way, I mean, if you're looking at a $2 million property, number is not going to work. So if you're looking at like 2 million, you got to be looking at like 75 cents. It's just it's a subjective number. Because the other day somebody gave me a property. I used your 82 cent formula, and it's I got a property for you. It's ARV is 3 million, and like we could do it. We could get this thing for 2.5. I'm like, dude, you can't. That's such a small spread for that type of risk and investment that you're putting out. Because 500 grand, I mean, we can get it right here. 775 to what was that? Let's just say 1.4 minus 800. You can get 600 grand spread right here. Why would you put out 2 million? in order to get 600 grand spread. So that 82 cents is a little subjective, but it's the discount that every investor needs and the way they run their properties in order to come up with a bidding price.
So again, Pouya put his name, phone number, and email in the chat box. Pouya Nazarian in Stockpile Properties.
Stockpile Property Ventures, LLC.
There you go.
You can look at our website, spvhomebuyers.com.
One more time, spvhomebuyers.com.
Yes.
If you get a deal, feel free to run it by him. And like I said, I've sent business to him. I trust him, and he'll look at it. He's a businessman. He's not going to overpay for something, but he'll also sharpen his pencil, try to get a new deal because he has some pretty high volume requirements for his operation. So on behalf of everybody here today, Pouya, thank you so much. I know I talked you into 10 or 15 minutes. We kept you for almost a whole hour. So I just want to thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Melissa has got a property. Just reach out to me after as well, please.
Great.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, hey, I'm Bill Gross. We host this meeting every Tuesday, 3 o'clock. I also stream it to YouTube. Those of you who are in Eventbrite and registered or in the Meetup, you'll get a link afterwards with the YouTube. Please go there, and if you like it, please do. If you have a comment, please thank Pouya or make an appropriate comment. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to use that more to help get the word out and extend what we're doing. The key to all of us is we want to look at deals. So if we get people coming here who can, if you have a deal to show, send to me ahead of time. Let me vet it. We'd love to offer property around America on this call. Love to make that happen. I'm here every Tuesday, 3 o'clock, and then on Thursdays at 4, I have a similar Zoom call on probate real estate. We kind of go through some of the title issues and problems and work through those. You're all welcome to join there as well. And I want to thank you all for being on today. Again, please, if you get a chance, hit that YouTube channel, subscribe to it, like it, make an appropriate comment. My contact info is in the bottom. If you want more of what I do, you can text good stuff to 213-460-2577. Again, 213-460-2577. You get a link to my meetings and some discounts and some notes and such. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for making a great call. Pouya, again, thank you. And those you helped out today and contributed. The more you participate, the more money you make. The more you help other people, the more money you make. So thank you, Danny and Paul and all those of you who participated. And Nicole, thank you for being on today. Great seeing you. And guys, have a great week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy the day.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Pouya. Thanks, Bill.
Bye, Bill.
Thank you, Pouya.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, everyone.
From Nashville. There's Connie.
Nashville.
Nashville, give us a call. Let's make some money.
Hey, Lion. This has property sold, Lion. Let's close escrow on that thing. Get paid.
Hey, Bill,
Yes.
I wanted to, would you be able to send me the link for Monday's meetings for the real estate?
So that's in EXP only.
Oh, okay.
So it's in our Facebook has a what they call enterprise, which is like a company application that our company uses just for our agents called Workplace. So I could say a link, but you can't get there because it's behind like the paid firewall.
All right. Well, as soon as I do.
As soon as you do, you're in.
Yes.
I promise you. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.